Let's get right into it. Number 10. The First Darkness. Imagine sitting in a cave 40,000 years ago, trying to enjoy your mammoth steak, when the sun goes down and the entire world outside your firelight turns into a black void of who knows what. You don't just fear the unknown, you live inside it. For our early ancestors, darkness wasn't just inconvenient, it was practically a death sentence. We're talking hungry predators, rival tribes, poisonous insects, and the occasional angry ghost, if you believed in that sort of thing. Anything beyond the flickering edge of the campfire could, and probably would, kill you. This is the moment your brain developed what psychologists call intolerance of uncertainty, which is science's fancy way of saying freaking out when things get vague. And it makes sense. If you assumed everything in the dark was a threat, you stayed alive longer. Over thousands of years, this paranoia got baked into our nervous system like some bad ancestral software update. That's why even now, when you're alone in your apartment at night and hear a weird creak, your fight or flight response is like, yep, definitely a tiger. Spoiler, it's not. It's never a tiger. But your amygdala hasn't gotten the memo yet. Basically, your fear of the dark is just your caveman brain throwing a tantrum every time the Wi-Fi cuts out. Number 9. The ocean ate people. You know what's worse than land predators? Water predators. Early humans figured out pretty quickly that the ocean was the ultimate mystery box, and it usually contained something that would happily chew your legs off. Sharks, giant squid, jellyfish the size of your face. Oh, and let's not forget surprise storms that could flip your boat like it was a bath toy. Ancient cultures didn't just fear the ocean because it was wet and salty. They feared it because every time someone sailed off the edge of the map, they just didn't come back. Entire myths grew out of this fear. Sea monsters, whirlpools, angry water gods demanding sacrifices. And honestly, not that far-fetched when you realize how little they knew about tides, currents, or basic swimming. That fear got passed down like a really wet family heirloom. Even today, about 60% of humans report being afraid of deep water, even in swimming pools. That unease you feel when you can't see the bottom? Yeah, that's the same existential dread your ancestors felt staring at the black waves, whispering prayers to Poseidon. Because nothing screams unknown, like 70% of the planet being a cold, dark soup full of teeth. Number 8. Strange faces in the forest. Here's a creepy little quirk of evolution. Your brain is too good at seeing faces. Why? Because the cost of not seeing a face in the bushes 20,000 years ago was way too high. If you miss the crouching stranger in the dark forest, you might end up dead. So our ancestors evolved hypervigilance, a hair-trigger suspicion of anything even remotely resembling a face or set of eyes in the shadows. That's why, even now, you see faces in tree bark, clouds, or the pile of clothes on your chair at 3 a.m. and nearly have a heart attack. Scientists call this pareidolia. I call it your ancestors whispering, "Don't trust that bush, it's probably planning to stab you." It's the same reason humans have always filled their stories with monsters lurking just out of sight. Because for most of history, that's exactly what reality felt like. Every forest path could have been home to a rival clan, a wild animal, or something worse. Your fear of the unknown, it often wears a mask, and your brain is way too eager to rip it off and scream. Number 7. The sky started falling. And then there's the cosmic version of the unknown, the day the sky betrayed us. For most of history, humans saw the stars and planets as fixed, dependable, the literal ceiling of the world. Then, occasionally, one of them would streak across the sky on fire, or crash into the ground and kill everything within miles. Meteors, comets, eclipses. All of these terrified ancient humans because they shattered the illusion that the heavens were safe and predictable. To them, it meant the gods were angry, or the world was ending, or both. Some cultures would literally stop working, hold mass sacrifices, and wait for the apocalypse to finish cooking. Even now, the idea of something big falling from space is enough to keep NASA up at night tracking asteroids like paranoid accountants. The sky falling is the ultimate unknown. You can't see it coming, can't stop it, and can't fight it. So yeah, when your ancestors saw a bright streak and panicked, that wasn't superstition, that was survival instinct. And honestly, they weren't wrong. Number 6, the woods were watching. Here's something that'll make your next hike a little more unsettling. For thousands of years, humans treated the forest like it was alive, and not in a cute Disney woodland creature kind of way. More like, this place is full of spirits that want to eat my soul kind of way. Ancient Celts believed the woods were crawling with fae, mischievous, sometimes deadly spirits that could lure you off the path and never let you come back. Native American tribes described shadowy beings that lived in the trees, always watching. Even medieval Europeans thought forests were portals to other realms. Why? Because woods were unpredictable and dangerous. You couldn't see more than a few feet in front of you. You couldn't hear predators sneaking up on you, and you could get hopelessly lost in about 3 minutes flat. That oppressive sense of being watched, totally valid. And today, we still feel it. That strange silence, that feeling of eyes on the back of your neck while you're walking alone among the trees. That's the same psychological cocktail of anxiety and pattern seeking that kept our ancestors alive. So go ahead and tell yourself it's just your imagination. The woods love when you say that. Number 5, the Sea of the Dead. If you thought the ocean was creepy, wait until you hear about what ancient humans thought lived underneath it. The unknown wasn't just about survival. It was about where we came from and where we go when we die. Cultures all over the world imagine the underworld beneath the earth, or beneath the water. To them, the sea wasn't just a physical barrier, it was spiritual too. The Vikings believed drowned sailors ended up in Ran's net, dragged to a dark underwater afterlife. The Greeks put the entrance to Hades across the river Styx, another body of water. Even Polynesian myths describe the ocean as the domain of the dead, where ancestral spirits waited in the depths. This idea that the unknown equals death wasn't metaphorical for them, it was literal. If you ventured into strange waters, you were venturing closer to the underworld itself. And honestly, if you've ever stared into a black, bottomless part of the ocean and felt like it was staring back, well, you're not the first. Number 4, foreign faces, foreign fears. Here's a fun fact. Humans have been scared of strangers longer than they've been scared of ghosts. Psychologists call it xenophobia, fear of the unfamiliar. And it probably started the moment one tribe wandered into another tribe's hunting grounds and everyone went, oh, they don't look like us. We're all gonna die. For prehistoric humans, the unknown often meant those guys over there who speak weird, wear funny hats, and are probably here to kill us. Our ancestors learned fast. Anything unfamiliar could be a threat to your food, your home, your family. So that instinct to fear outsiders, it's an ugly, leftover survival mechanism. Even today, research shows we're wired to feel uneasy around people who don't fit into our familiar groups, even if there's no logical reason. Ancient brain, modern world, same nervous little fear circuits. So next time you feel weirdly tense around strangers, just remember, it's not personal. It's prehistoric. Number 3, the gods went quiet. And finally, nothing terrified ancient humans more than silence from the divine. For most of human history, we assumed that everything was connected to some kind of spirit or god. Thunder? Angry sky god. Crops died? Angry earth goddess. But sometimes, nothing happened. No signs, no answers, just eerie silence. The unknown became terrifying because it felt like abandonment, like the universe had stopped paying attention. Entire civilizations collapsed under that weight, inventing new rituals, new sacrifices, and even entirely new gods, just to try to fill that void of uncertainty. Even now, in a world full of science and reason, we still invent stories, conspiracies, and beliefs to explain what we can't understand. Because to the human brain, the unknown is scarier than just about anything else. Better a terrible answer than no answer at all. Number 2, the deep inside your own mind. And just when you thought it couldn't get more unsettling, the scariest unknown might actually be inside you. That's right. Your own brain is full of unexplored territory. For centuries, humans assumed thoughts, emotions, and dreams were all magical, mysterious signals from the gods. Even today, Neuroscientists admit there are whole swaths of human consciousness we still don't understand. Think about it. You can't fully control what you think. Random intrusive thoughts pop up. Your dreams make absolutely no sense but feel incredibly real. And sometimes your own subconscious sabotages you for reasons you'll never figure out. Sigmund Freud made a whole career out of poking at the shadowy corners of the mind and saying, "Wow, you're more messed up than you realize." And maybe he was onto something. Your fear of the unknown? Part of that is realizing you can never fully know yourself. Because even when you close your eyes, shut out the world, and sit in perfect silence, your mind keeps whispering its weird little secrets. So congratulations. The scariest dark forest might just be between your ears. Number 1. The big cosmic nothing. And finally, the granddaddy of all unknowns. What happens when you die? Every culture in human history has wrestled with this. Some say you go to heaven, some say you reincarnate, some say you merge back into the universe, but nobody actually knows. And that big black question mark is what keeps philosophers, priests, and very anxious night owls up until 3 a.m. Ancient humans feared the unknown afterlife so much, they built entire civilizations around preparing for it, from Egyptian pyramids stuffed with goodies for the trip to elaborate Mayan death rituals designed to help you avoid cosmic punishment. Even now, with all our science and technology, we still don't have a clue. And maybe that's why we're still so afraid of the unknown. Because deep down, we know the biggest mystery of all is waiting for each of us, whether we like it or not. Until then, all we can do is keep making up stories, lighting our little campfires against the dark, and pretending we've got it all figured out. But between you and me, we don't. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.